Zoru was right. Yellow as a toad, and twice as ugly.
The thing's dangerous. Leave it for the goblins to kill.
If you value your life, walk away.
Demaze.
Come, Emissa. Now.
Enough gawking. Get me down.
My people possess the cure for this infection.
I'll trust your judgment, but I won't trust her. Not until I've gotten the measure of her.
You've a sharp tongue, elf. Would that your mind proved its equal. Come. The Horned Ones mentioned a camp. One there, this Zoru, has seen Githyanki. A creche must be near. We will ask this Zoru where he has seen my kin.
I am enjoying the latest addition to our little group. Lae'zel is delightful. In a very look at me twice and I'll dismember you kind of way, of course. You have a manner of irresistible desperation about you. I like it.
Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be playing Baldur's Gate 3 today because I have a bit of a surprise. That's right, we are joined by Dirge. Now, Dirge has been with us the whole time. He has been following us. Basically, my backstory for what I want to do with Dirge right now, and I know I said I didn't want to play with him. I know I said that I was going to do Dirge and then I didn't because I don't want a specific character to die who has to die if you play the Dirge playthrough, because I love her. I love her so much. I don't want that to happen to her. I wish there was a way to get around it, but this is the thing. I found that there is a way to get around it, kind of. So I hope you all kind of support me with this. I hope that you all are okay with my idea of a perfect playthrough. Basically what happened now, I was playing my own playthrough and right, okay, spoiler alert. So I'm going to try not to give too many spoilers, but if you're not playing as Dirge, and Dirge is a full character, he's like Astarion, like Lae'zel, he has a whole backstory, he's a legitimate character in the game. But if you play as Tav, who is like the custom character that most people play with, you don't encounter Dirge, and actually you find him again. This is where the spoiler alert is. You actually just find his body in a certain place like late in the game, and he's just lay there and there's no kind of like reference, and you just don't know his story. He's just another body. And I found him in my playthrough and I was so sad, and he was all like naked and vulnerable, and I was like, do you know what, Dirge, you deserved better, and you do deserve better in my perfect playthrough. So here he is. I found a way to incorporate him, and I've absolutely had to jump through so many hoops to get him here. I am using a few new mods, so you can see that I'm using the mod that allows you to have more party members. I'm going to try not to exploit that. It's just that I didn't necessarily always want him in my party of 4 people. And I've had to actually redo everything. So like frame for frame, like almost exactly how I've done it on camera, I had to replay everything to have Dirge with me from the beginning. So yeah, I had to load 2 instances of the game so that I could get 2 player characters, 2 controllable characters. I have jumped through so many hoops to do this. Like, please appreciate me. So yeah, here he is, because I feel like he does deserve his story to be told, and he does have a redemption arc. In fact, the Dirge redemption arc is so good, and I want to tell that story as well as part of my perfect playthrough. So I basically have 2 characters that I'll be playing with. So yeah, here he is in all his glory. I feel like he looks a bit sickly, you know, like you know when a fish like is poorly. Have you ever had that? Like if you've had an aquarium and a fish gets poorly and they lose their colour and they go kind of translucent. That's kind of what it reminds me of. It makes me really sad. He's not a good character. He is, historically speaking, he is a very bad character. But my baby, we're going to teach him. We're going to show him some love. We're going to show him the right path. He has no memories of his past life, no memories of what he was before, but he has these really dark urges to kind of like hurt and destroy and maim.
My rancid blood whispers to me, kill, kill, and kill again. My ruined body yearns to reap death in this world. And when this foul urge calls, it possesses my whole being. Injured beyond repair. I know nothing besides this. I must resist the dark urge, lest it consume my mind. I must discover who I was and what happened to me before my twitching knife hand writes a tragedy in blood.
So yeah, he has basically been with us the entire time. So on the Nautiloid, he woke up on the Nautiloid 2.
The blood in your head thrums and pounds. That pounding blood obscures who you are. An overwhelming loss of memory. How you ended up amidst these hellish flames is just as hidden. You have nothing in your skull, besides your name and a headache. But you are in danger.
When he woke up aboard the Nautiloid ship, he was in a state of complete confusion, didn't know who he was, and he went into survival mode. And his instinct was, a bit like a frightened animal, his instinct was to hide in the shadows and check out the situation and what was going on. So he also noticed, my character, he noticed Cordia waking up and kind of starting to explore the ship. Now, because Cordia wasn't an immediate threat to him, he thought, do you know what, I'm going to hold back. I'm going to see what happens to her. And you know what, if she walks into a dangerous situation, then better her than me. So basically, he was just using her as, I guess, like a bit of cannon fodder or something at first. He was like, I'll watch her. If she finds a safe path, I'll follow that path. And I know that's kind of out of character for him, but again, he's just woken up. He doesn't know who he is. So he followed her, like, with this idea of kind of, I'll let her, fight. I'll let her discover things before me. I'll let her kind of get hurt or, take out some of the enemies so that I have a better chance of survival. He was playing it kind of like logically. So he found her, he watched her kind of make friends with this Githyanki, and, that he expected them to fight because he would have fought. But they didn't. They made friends and they teamed up and, they were stronger together. And he thought, that's really interesting. That's not what I would have done. And then they found a half-elf woman and they freed her. And he thought, why would you waste your time to free somebody? And yet this is what they did. And he saw them team up and he saw them fight together. And he saw how strong this made them. Even us, even her, not maiming us and using us as a companion to help her get to the helm. So he hung back all this time following them and, studying them and being kind of fascinated by this different way to be that seemed so unfamiliar to him. And so he's ended up following them this entire time, not helping them, but just curious, right? And just almost like, he does have this dark urge where he wants to hurt, but there's something else triggering inside him now as well. And it's like the need to belong or the need to be part of a tribe, the need to have companions and have love is this new feeling, and it's unfamiliar to him that's activating.
You half expected your memories to return once you were free of the Mind Flayer ship. But your past is still an aching void. If you don't find a way to remove the tadpole burrowed in your brain soon, your future will be as blank as your past. Your head whispers vengeance. You cannot wait to slice your way forth, seeking whatever wrought this tragedy upon you.
So he's been watching them. He watched them fight the brains on the ravaged beach. He watched them pick up this pale elf who attacked them. You know, he held a knife to them, and yet she talked him down, she de-escalated, and now they've teamed up with him. And, you know, this wizard that they pulled from the rock who, you know, and it's so strange to him because some of these characters seem so vulnerable. Like, they're nice and they're sweet, and, you know, in his world, you know, even though he doesn't remember his history, what he does know is that people like that don't survive. And yet here's this group. They even managed to talk the way out of a situation at a church. They managed to, when they did get into a confrontation with a band of kind of like bandits who were scavenging this old chapel, and these guys were scary. They managed to survive that and defeat them. And he's just so impressed, and he kind of is starting to feel protective over this group that he's following. They also found Lae'zel as well, and you know, he saw how happy this made Tav to have this companion back with her. So he's kind of learning something without even realizing necessarily what it is he's learning. This is my backstory for him anyway. This is the story that I want to tell with Dirge. So, you know, even a strange thing happened to him though. He went into that chapel, into that old, abandoned, you know, forgotten place, and he encountered this mummy, this lich, who seemed to recognize him and seemed to know him.
What a mess the ages cause.
I should speak up. Have a lot on my mind.
Ah, thou as well. It is noted. We will see each other again soon. When the time is proper. I do not know that hour any more than dost thou. But I do know that the longer thou standest here, the farther away our second meeting becomes.
And he felt a strange connection there, almost as if the past and the present and the futures were aligning somehow in that moment. And he just felt like this was the right place for him to be. And so as my companions, as my characters have been making camp and, you know, sharing resources and, you know, sharing their stories and getting to know each other and having fun around the campfire, he's had this craving, and it's not like the Dark Urge, it's this different feeling of wanting to join in and wanting to be a part of that and wanting to be close to not only the warmth of the campfire, but the warmth of, you know, these people with these vibrant backgrounds and personalities and interesting familiarity. You know, he wants that. And so one night, and this is how my last episode ended, one night, and it was so perfect to me because it was genuinely like, when I recorded episode 4, I didn't know I was going to do this, and then in between episodes I ran into Dirge's body in my own playthrough, kind of off camera, and I picked it up and I took it out there and I brought it back to camp, and I was like, do you know what, Dirge, I'm gonna do right by you. I'm gonna tell your story in my perfect playthrough. Episode 4 ended with Astarion, that scene where Astarion's creeping off towards this chapel, and the funny thing is, this is the chapel that I'd been hiding Dirge in while he's kind of been watching what the companions have been up to. So Astarion crept over to the chapel and encountered Dirge, and they had this moment, and I'm gonna say it was something like game recognizes game, you know, it's like hunter recognizes hunter. They saw something reflected back at themselves in that moment. So again, instead of fighting, which is what would normally happen, something clicked on inside both of them where it was almost like feeling seen and feeling recognized and not being judged for what you are and not being judged for your needs and your kind of instincts, but finding acceptance in another person who has those same kind of that same shadow, you know. So Dirge and Astarion are aware of each other as I start this episode. They are they're buddies. So what I'm gonna say is Astarion's like, hey, I'm not feeling too great. I'm not interested in socializing with anyone today. I'm actually just gonna kind of hang back in camp today. You guys go ahead. Right, so anyway, I'm gonna ungroup Astarion. So I'm sorry to the Astarion fans out there. And I'm actually gonna go ahead. And again, I can be Dirge. You can see this little crown on his avatar. I am gonna go ahead and I am gonna group Astarion with Dirge. Yeah, it looks like Cordia, Shadowheart, Gale, and Lae'zel are out today. I want to also show you my inventory sortage. Now, again, if some of you are like, boring, I promise I'm going to be quick. So I don't like to have a really full inventory. So what I do, normally I go to Withers and I get one of the kind of like fake companions, like the ones that he revives in case you kind of run out of people. And I take some of the items out of their inventory, like the alchemy pouch, the camp supply sack, and the keys, and I put them in the inventory box so that I can have like, I'll show you, I'll just show you. I think it's all in this one. No, this one? I don't know. Where is it? Where's my store? Where's my store? Here it is. So yeah, so in my camp chest, I always have like an alchemy pouch, a camp supply pack, and a keychain. So any of those things that I send to camp, I can put in those respective things. And then this is why I've been picking up all the boxes as we've been running around. Ideally, like different types of boxes. So if I show you in here, I've got lots of camp chests because I loaded multiple instances of the game. I don't know why I've got 3. I only loaded 2 instances and it gave me 3 chests. I don't know, Baldur's Gate logic. I have this one here that has kind of like the stuff off the Nautiloid. So if we look in here, it's got like the Eldritch Rune and these mines in a tank. So they're in that inventory. In those boxes, and again, it's just visually for me having the different types of boxes, and I will collect more, so we'll have more variety, but having those different types of boxes helps me know where things are. So for example, I tend to put clothes in like the fancy boxes, so you can see here this is where all my clothing mods are. I also have some random kind of camp clothes in here. If I look in this big heavy chest here, this is where all my weapons are. I don't know why the underwear's in here, they're not meant to be in there. They're meant to be in that one. I must have misclicked. But yeah, this is where my weapons are. I have this heavy chest here as well, which is where my armor and shields go. And then what else have I got? Some more camp boots. I just keep putting things in the wrong chest, guys. Why am I like? And here we've got a book chest. What else as well? In this barrel, I've got some dye. In this crate. Now the crate is the things that I'm going to sell, and we are going to go do some trading later on in this episode. So yeah, that is basically how I do my inventory sortage, how I keep everything neat and tidy and organized. And I definitely recommend, you know, spending 5 minutes at the end of every session, just kind of tidying things up this way really helps out kind of later on in the game. If you collect everything as I do, it just helps you to be organized. Okay, so I don't think we need to kind of chat to anyone. I think we did all that in the last episode. You know, we're just going to say bye, Astarion. Astarion's going to be like, I'm just going to stay behind. I don't know, tadpole in my brain. I'm just a bit tired. I'm going to stay back today. We're going to be like, okay, we love you. We trust you. You do what's best for you. And then we're going to head out. So let's go. Hopefully it's just us, and Dirge and Astarion are going to stay in camp. Because again, I don't want to cheat and have like too many. Oh no, Dirge is up there. Dirge, Astarion, go back to camp. What are you doing? Go back to camp. Oh, there's going to be a few things that we have to like, you know, a few hoops that we have to jump through, I think. There we go. So Dirge and Astarion have gone back to camp. So I think we need to just keep on heading out here and see what kind of trouble we can get into. Let's head this way. Now, Dirge and Astarion are not actually going to stay in camp. They're going to go and have their own little mini adventure.
Shouting up ahead.
We should check it out, but be careful.
We should check it out and be careful. You are absolutely 100% right. I wish I had Astarion right now. Why don't I have Astarion with me? Listen, if we get into trouble, we can shout them. It's going to be fine. Okay, come over here. Okay, Lae'zel, I do have a plan for you. Oh, Lae'zel, do you have... No, okay, so one thing I regretted doing when I did my original playthrough for you guys, like this playthrough earlier on, when we were leaving the Nautilus ship and we kind of, is he called Commander Zalk or something, was fighting the Mind Flayer, the Cambion and the Mind Flayer were fighting, and we just kind of like skirted around past them to the console. I don't think I realised this, but Commander Zalk has a really cool sword. It's like a fire sword. And so since I had to do it again to get all the Dirge footage, I was like, Dirge is getting that sword. So I did want to do it just Dirge, but it was a really hard fight, and they ended up all teaming up to get that sword, but I got it. So that was a little bit kind of out of story, but I got the sword. I was going to give it to Lae'zel, but they don't know each other yet, so that wouldn't have happened yet. So I think what we're going to do, I think we just run up there and go, what's going on? How do we help?
Open the bloody gate!
Nobody gets in! Zevlor's orders!
That pack of goblins will be on us any second!
What's going on?
Goblins are on our tail! Open the gate, Zevlor, now!
You let goblins here? Where is the druid?
Please! There's no time!
By the 9 hells! Open the gate! Cannon! No!
Shit! Form a line!
Damnable roach! Provoke the blade! And suffer its sting.
We're gonna go and talk to that guy. He is so cheesy.
Scout! Get to the high ground! Raiders! Charge the bastards! For the absolute!
I'm so sad that the bugbear's mean. I love bugbears. I'll show you what the bugbear is. This guy here, if I can kind of like get close to him, this guy right here is the bugbear. Let me actually show you, examine. I kind of love them. They are kind of like a goblinoid kind of thing, but there's, I don't know, I think they're really cute. They're kind of like Bigfoot, and they can like squeeze into tiny little spaces. So my character in my D&D campaign, they have kind of like a friend, kind of guardian who like is assigned to kind of like look after them. But my like bugbear is so sweet. He's like a little druid bugbear, and he kind of puts flowers in her hair and stuff like this. And so I really like bugbears. I don't know, they look cuddly, but I don't know, lore-wise, they're mean. They're bad guys, unfortunately. Okay, if I could concentrate for a minute. So this guy over here, we will talk to him later. This kind of Blade of the Frontiers guy. He's his own hype man. Like Will is his own PR team. You'll see what I mean as we carry on playing. Okay, so what I want to try and do with this is keep everybody alive. Now in the cutscene, one person did unfortunately die up there. There probably is something that I can do about that. I was thinking maybe if I teleported, or like maybe if I knocked him out, if I could find a way to knock him out before the fight started. But anyway, that's something for me to experience off camera another day. All right, let's just go. So what I want to do is, am I gonna get an opportunity attack here? I am gonna go next to Lae'zel for a second. I'm going to be very strategic here. I'm going to go next to Lae'zel, and I'm going to get one of those potions of speed. Now, again, I didn't realize what these do, but these are amazing. So not only do they give you an extra action, they give you an extra action for 3 turns. Then you get tired, which isn't great. So you do have to plan what you're doing. And then I found a new technique, right? If I drop a potion of speed, which doesn't cost an action, I can drop it. and then just grab it and move it in between. So ideally what you want to happen at the start of combat is have everybody in a huddle. So I was doing this with my eldest as well. Like we did this fight and we huddled around a potion of speed right at the start, and then like, yeah, you'll see what I'll do. So you do this, and then do I have like an offhand attack that you can do with this? I don't. Really good if you've got like a second, like if you have 2 weapon fighting, use your offhand or whichever is like, I don't know. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this. So using my action to hit this. And we have both been hastened. So 1 potion of speed, instead of drinking it, 2 of us now have the effect. I know, I'm a military genius. Okay, I'm going to go. What is the best thing for me to do? Again, I do want to try and keep everybody alive. Barth has health, Ramia has health. Aradin's been hit. Honestly, Aradin's a dick, so I reluctantly am going to keep him alive. Okay, so what do I want to do? Oh, another thing, I've got Shillelagh, is that how I say it? Because I like it now. I didn't like it before, but I like it now. What do I want to do with this thing? Let's Shillelagh. So I'm going to activate this. Okay, that is on my staff now. So now what I can do with that extra action, so I've used 1 action to smash the thing, with my new bonus action on this turn, I'm going to go ahead, main hand attack, and try and, actually, do you know what? Let's just try and do the damage we can with the extra damage from Shillelagh. Let's go. I crit! Oh my god. Oh, Shillelagh, I'm so sorry. Shillelagh and Potion of Speed, I'm so sorry I ever doubted you. You're the best. Right, so that's it for me for this turn. But my next 2 turns, I'm going to get 2 actions instead of 1. Okay, I am going to... Yeah, I'm just going to move a little bit more forward to there, I think. Just to get a really good view of everybody on my next turn. Okay, Lae'zel, we're going. It's go time. Okay, there's this little dude here who I basically just want to go up and smash him. I can pommel strike him. I'm just going to go and try and take him out. Oh, what's this as well? I've got Serpent Fang. Bonus action. 10 turns. Dip. Let's go.
Taste my fury.
Oh, guys. Right, Lae'zel. She can action surge as well. Should we just have Lae'zel take everyone out? I feel like we should. Okay, Lae'zel. Dash. Get over to this guy, please.
No time to waste.
Lae'zel just clears the battlefield because she's so badass. Action surge, because she's a fighter at level 2, they get action surge. So she's got, what, like 3, 4 actions this round? 3 actions. Come on, Lae'zel, don't let me down. You can do it. Okay, he's poisoned, so that's nice, but that's it. That's all I've got. Can she run off? No, attack of opportunity, so she can't run off. Stand your ground, Lae'zel. You've got this, girl.
To let up.
Shadowheart, back up. I love this game so much. It's ridiculous. Okay, so I could do the same thing and action surge both of them again. It's a shame all 4 didn't get it, but I think we're going to be fine. We've got inflict wounds, but we have to actually get over there to do it. Do you know what? I think I might just go ahead. Nobody's taken too much damage. I think everybody's okay. Let's go ahead and take this guy out. He's only got 4 hit points, so I reckon... Actually, yeah, this guy with the 4 hit points.
Strike hard, strike fast.
Yay! Good job, Shadowheart. You hit something. Then with my bonus action, I'm going to Sanctuary Lae'zel, so Lae'zel doesn't get hit. That's going to protect her from attacks, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Good work, Shadowheart. And then just get a little bit closer, please, my love. Because if we can get in range to do, like, inflict wounds, that's going to be great. Okay, Will.
And sword, strike them down.
By sickle and sword, strike them down. Again, own height, man. Not my bugbear! Okay, let's keep going. Okay, wizard boy. What have you got, dude?
Don't get too close.
It might be a good idea to do magic missile right now because we could take out this guy with 3 hit points. The bugbear has quite a few though. That warg looks like he's going to do some damage. Right, hang on. Let's rethink. What do you have, Gale? Ray of Frost. Why doesn't Gale have Ice Knife? Why didn't I give Gale Ice Knife? What was I thinking? Thunder Wave? No, too far away. Yeah, let's just do some damage with Magic Missile. It's a good spell. We'll take out this guy near Lae'zel. And I think, how much is that? Oh, they're dead. Good job, Will. And then I think we should go for the Warg, because I think he does a lot of damage. Good job, Gale. You did something. Just stay where you are. It's fine. Oh. No! Not the lady that I can't remember the name of. Go for it, Zevlor. Everybody's missing.
Bleed every last one of you!
He's okay. Okay, how is everybody looking? Does anyone need healing? Barth is threatened. He's got 13 hit points. It's not looking too good for Barth. Ramira looks fine. Okay. What do I want to do? I want to take out someone. I want to hurt people. That's what I want to do. I'm too far away to use Shillelagh. I've got things like Scroll of Burning Hands. I have got 2 actions. Okay, I think maybe Magic Missile, 2 on the Warg. Hopefully that'll take him out. And then this guy. Okay, good. Okay, next up, I think I'm probably just going to Magic Missile again, because it's guaranteed to hit. It's 100% guaranteed to hit. So how much damage does it do? I can't remember. 6 to 15. Let's do them all on this guy, and we might take him out completely. Oh, not quite. But what I want to do now is get as close as I can. Also, the not action surge, the Potion of Speed, it actually doubles your movement as well, so it's really, really good. I want to Healing Word this person because I want to keep Barth alive. There we go. Hopefully that's going to help him out. Lae'zel. Do you know what? They might not even stand a chance because Lae'zel is pretty badass. He's got 3 hit points and might be able to do that with my Pommel Strike. So let's give that a go. Sweet. And I leveled up. Wait, have I got... Oh, I've still got... Well, he's dead now. I accidentally had... Did I have non-lethal attacks? Oh, no, I see what happened. Pommel Strike is a non-lethal attack. Okay, well, bad luck. I guess he was, like, poisoned or something. I am so sorry, Bugbear. You don't deserve this. You could have been on the good side, but you're not, so... She crit him. And with that Serpent Fang Toxin... Come on, Lae'zel, finish it.
That was the last of them. Inside! All of you! More may follow! Open the gate!
A brazen attack for such lowly creatures. They must have been seeking something, or someone.
Yeah, it's very insightful, Lae'zel. So now we're fatigued because hastened wore off. Now we're lethargic. But it's only for 1 turn and now it's gone, so we didn't even have to worry. And everybody gets to level up, which is absolutely amazing. Oh, another thing, I changed Gale's outfit. I just like this a little bit better than that blue outfit he was wearing. I don't know, he's kind of cute looking. So yeah, I like that for him. Okay. What I want to do now then is level these 4 up. Okay, I'm excited. What are we going to do? Are we level 2? Am I a level 2 sorcerer now? Okay, I don't want to be a level 2 cleric. So if you remember all the way back in episode 1, I did say it's really important to me to get clerics, wizards and sorcerers to level 11 because they get some really, really, really high level spells at that level. I don't care about level 12 because you don't really get a lot extra. So which is why I took 1 point in Cleric. So yeah, I'm gonna just straight up level up Sorcerer for her now. So spells, I kind of want Enhanced Leap. I think that might be really useful. And I don't just have to cast it on myself, I can cast it on anyone. So it is a bit of, or do I want Featherfall? My tummy's rumbling. I haven't had breakfast yet. I'm gonna leave Ice Baby to Gale. Yeah, I don't know why, but I'm thinking Enhanced Leap. No, I'm gonna go Featherfall. Featherfall. Do you want Featherfall? Oh my god, why is this so hard? Enhanced Leap, that's what I'm going to go for. Meta Magic, this is what I love about sorcerers. So now I can do a twin spell. So that means I can use a sorcery point to do a spell twice. So if I want to cast Fireball or Firebolt, I get them mixed up. Instead of doing it on one person, I can fire two at two different people. And it doesn't cost me an extra spell slot, it just costs sorcery points. So that's really cool. And then the other one that I really, really love, I mean, these are all kind of mid, these other three, but we get a really good option later on. I think I'm going to go with Distance Spell, because it just means if somebody's ever so slightly out of range, I can just extend that and kind of get them. So yeah, I'm going to go with that one. I don't tend to use Distance Spell that much, but that's probably the best one out of those three, I think. I like this. Sorry if I'm like face off the camera. Race. So because I'm a drow at level 3, I get Drow Magic Fairy Fire, which is good for seeing invisible targets or lighting up an area. That will come in handy. I am going to end up using that. And then we can replace the spell. I don't think I need to at this time. I think I'm happy with what I've got right now. So, except you do have to be careful with sorcerers when you're leveling them up. You do want to use that replace spell option, because unlike wizards who can change their spells in and out, and clerics at any time, you are pretty much stuck with whatever you choose as a sorcerer. Because it's kind of like inherent magic, it doesn't make sense to be able to switch and choose at any time. What a sorcerer do get are those sorcery points. That's the benefit of being a sorcerer. So again, cleric, I just want to level up again. Straightforward leveling. What do we get? We get an extra spell slot, which is really, really cool. Now we get some of Shadowheart's trickery domain features like mirror image. That boosts your armor class, and it makes you less likely to get hit because there's like 3 duplicates of yourself, so the enemy might get confused and hit one of the fake Shadowhearts. So that's super cool. And Pass Without Trace, which is going to help when we want to kind of like sneak around somewhere. Pass Without Trace, add invisibility is very, very helpful. Right, prepare spells. So at level 2, what I would recommend going for is Spiritual Weapon, because it kind of gives you like an extra person in a fight, and you can cast it as a bonus action. So you do your damage normally as your action, and as your bonus action you can cast Spiritual Weapon, and then that is like an extra character that kind of stays for like the whole fight normally. Another good one to get is Hold Person, but I tend to use that for my melee fighters, so I don't think I want that for Shadowheart. I think I'm happy with her spells, so I'm gonna go with that. Okay, so Gale. Again, I want to get him to level 11 as quickly as possible, so straightforward leveling. Let's pick some spells. And he's at level 3, which means he gets level 2 spell slots. And these are all so good. I really, really love Misty Step. Very helpful for keeping Gale safe and out of melee because he is a glass cannon. Another one, there's just so many and they're all so useful. We can learn things with spell scrolls, which is great. Knock is another good one. If you haven't got Astarion with you to lockpick, Knock's really, really good. What am I going to need? What am I going to need? I think what I should probably go for at this point, maybe Scorching Ray. It's not very on brand for Gale because I do like to go for like the more kind of thunder, lightning, ice kind of spells for Gale. Oh, Ice Knife. Let's take Ice Knife. There you go. That's a Gale spell. So yeah, we're going to switch a few things out then. I don't want Sleep. Thunder Wave, I'm not too fussy about. Let's take Ice Knife. And let's take Misty Step. That is what I'm doing with Gale. Okay, got it. A level 3 fighter. So now we get to choose Lae'zel's subclass. And this is where my stress comes in, because I'm like, what do I want to do? Let's get to the race first. Oh, so she gets Psionic Leap, which is basically like Psionic Jump, which is like Enhanced Leap. Triple a creature's jumping distance. So she has that as well. Really cool for her. I really like to multi-class Lae'zel as a monk. So I am going to do that, but I think I want to take my Battle Master first. The thing is, I don't want Eldritch Knight. Eldritch Knight is kind of like a hybrid between kind of like a melee and a spellcaster type feature for fighters. I like either champion, which gives you an improved critical hit, and this stacks. So what that means is to get a critical hit, normally you have to roll a natural 20, which is kind of done behind the scenes. You don't see that happening when you're in melee, but the game kind of does that for you. It kind of rolls for you every time you hit. So you have to get a 20 to do a critical hit. This means that you can either roll a 20 or a 19 to critical hit, and critical hit does double damage. So say I hit someone and do 8 damage, but I roll a 20, I'm going to do 16 damage. So especially at kind of later levels, if you stack those improved critical hits, you can crit much more often, and you can do a lot more damage. So I think that's what I want to do for her. Let me just quickly check the maneuvers, because the maneuvers are really good. But I think we can pick maneuvers. Can we pick maneuvers later on? No, I've got a plan for her. I have a plan for her. Yeah, we're taking champion for that improved critical hit. And I'm going to get my maneuvers a different way. Okay, Lae'zel, that is what you've got. Oh god, I just want to level her up, because I get, like, multi-classing, you can get some really good combinations. Okay, so switching over to team 2 for a hot minute. Actually, no, we're going to come back to Dirge. I'm going to cancel out of that. Dirge, you're not here right now. You can wait. So, okay, guys. Let's loot those bodies. Loot that body. Loot that body. Goblin Tracker. What do we have? I'm so excited. I just love it so much. I've done this so many times, this fight. I literally did it like the other day with my kid. I'm going to take everything because I want to be able to like sell stuff. I am going to have to go and grab my my like trading stuff as well.
Feel like we're being watched.
Like the stuff I want to sell. Oh, we've got a scroll of grease. Nice. And I finally got a shovel. Sweet. Honestly, every time I do this fight, I feel like I get better and better and better at it, which is normal, right? The more you do something, the better you get at it. But ooh, gloves of power. Okay. Absolute's Bane. On a hit with a weapon attack, possibly inflict a 1d4 penalty to the target's attack rolls and saving throws, and it gives you sleight of hand +1. Okay, I think in that case I'm going to give it to Astarion. I was thinking about giving it to Lae'zel, but because she's a really good melee fighter, but with that thanks! With that bonus to sleight of hand, like Astarion's really going to benefit from that. So I'm just going to straight up send it to him. I don't know, I'm going to send it with like a pigeon in the sky to Astarion. There we go. Okay, perfect. I love it so much. Let's go in. And I'm going to get to about here. There is a cutscene that I don't want to trigger just yet. And now I'm going to switch out to Dirge and Astarion. Okay. They're out here anyway. They followed us. Okay, time to level up. I'm going to put those gloves on Astarion. I'm so excited. I love this game. Put the gloves of power on Astarion. There we go. So he now has, like, Absolute's Bane. Okay. Don't worry about why Astarion's underwear is in his underwear slot. I just gave him different underwear. It's fine. It's a little bit kinky. I feel like it suits him. Don't judge me for my underwear choices. Also, I have switched out Dirge's clothes. So normally he has like the homely clothes, I think it is, but I think he looks really cool in these. So basically what I was thinking with Dirge is, because when I found him in my other playthrough, if you find him in a Tav playthrough, he's fully naked and like vulnerable. It's sad. And like, so what I thought is, he's come from that situation where I'm not going to spoil it, but he's come from that situation where he woke up kind of naked and he was like, oh gosh, I need to kind of scavenge some clothes here. So he was kind of like taking clothes off dead bodies and things like this, and he's just kind of wearing what he could find, which in my brain is like why he looks a little bit scruffy and ripped and put together. These are like, I think it's from the Bandit's backpack by, I think it's Cerberry. It may be from one of the others, like I'm not sure, but it will be from one of those mods that are in the description box down below. I just think he looks really, really cool like that. So yeah, he is actually a sorcerer. So kind of canonically, if you kind of click on him, he's a sorcerer. I want him to be a bit more of a sneaky fighter. I want him to be a sneak thief. So let me just show you his other outfit as well. Like, that's his kind of sorcerer robes, but I want him like this right now. Like, listen, sorcerer robes come later. So he has to find those and loot. Let's say he has found them and looted them. I don't know, he's got them by now, but he looks cool like this, so this is how I'm having him. Shush. So okay, I'm too excited. So yeah, I want him to be a sneak thief. Let's level him up. So I have already given him 1 point of rogue because I like that it gives him kind of sneak attack. So I think I am going to give him level 2 of rogue, so he has like cunning action dodge and like things like that. For now, do I want to do that? Yes, that is what I want to do. Accept. Cool. Astarion, my boy, the original sneak thief. Okay, I am not going to choose Arcane Trickster for him. I am going to choose, this is the thing. Okay, I don't really like Arcane Trickster. Similar to the fighter one, it's kind of like a hybrid between, if you want a little bit of melee and a little bit of spells, then it could work great. I prefer, if I'm going to do that, I prefer to subclass because I think it makes a more powerful character. So I'm going to ignore Arcane Trickster. Thief is brilliant and Assassin's really good. So Thief is great because it gives you an additional bonus action, which is very useful for a lot of things. So for example, I'll show you later in the game, I don't want to get too into it. An additional bonus action is really, really useful, and I'm very accustomed to having this for Astarion. And then second story work, you've mastered the art of falling and gain resistance to falling damage. That's okay. I'm more interested in the extra bonus action. Now, Assassin's really cool though, because again, it gives you so much good stuff. I think I'm going to use this for Lae'zel in the future to give her like bonus on initiative. Yeah, Astarion's going to be my sneak thief with all his like lock-picking skills and having that bonus action. Do I want him to do that? I don't know. I'm second guessing myself now. I'm not sure. Is that what I want to do? That bonus action is so good though. Yes, I do want to do this. The reason why I want to do this is because I want to get him 2-weapon fighting and have his offhand weapon do as much damage as his main hand weapon. So yes, I do want the extra bonus action. Yes, 100%. Okay, yes, that's what I'm doing. So sorry, I'm so indecisive. They're both really good options. Why can't I have both? Okay, we will use that on other characters though. The assassinate one is really good. Okay, I'm so excited. So while the other characters are off doing the goblin fight, these guys are going to do a little bit of exploring on their own, and they want to go back to the ship. They just want to see if there's like anything else that they can scavenge on that ship that could come in useful. I want to get the mod that's like WASD keys so that I don't know, I can like keep an eye on the characters better and see if they're having any like dialogue a little bit more. Okay, is there anything else that we missed down here?
Footprints. There may be even more that survived the crash.
Let's check it out. Let's see. Because he wants friends now. Listen, he's all about the friends. So I'm going to say that these two, again, that kind of like hunter recognizes hunter, game recognizes game. Like these two are just out hunting together, you know, with nobody else around to see them and judge them. That's kind of what I'm going to say is happening for them right now. Okay, let's keep exploring. Did I get... There's this body here. Did I get that body there? And I think I did on my first playthrough. Yeah, I did. Okay, let's have a look up here. I don't think anyone's been up here yet. I feel...
There. A mind flayer. And it's hurt.
I'd rather it be hurt than me. Do be careful.
I love them. The Dirge Astarion kinship is great, and they both have such, like, again, these two both have a dark history. I'm not going to spoil too much now, but as the game unravels and you hear more about their past, oh my goodness. So again, I like that they're kind of bonding as being, and look at they even color coordinate, like the black and white vibes. So like, yeah, the more you hear about them, like the more it's like, oh my goodness, but they have such good redemption arcs. I love them so much. Okay, let's go. Or not, you know, if you want to go like a proper evil playthrough. Look at this guy. Look at this guy!
What's up for discussion?
You approach the dying monster. This is the thing that abducted you. You could end its life here and now, if only you didn't feel compassion. Compassion.
I love that. I love that for his playthrough because, like, again, there's something new waking up inside him that he hasn't felt before. Like, this empathy and compassion, he's like, what is this feeling? Like, why am I feeling this? Like, narratively in the game, it's because the Mind Flayers work on you. But still, he's still feeling these things that aren't familiar feelings to him. He's not giving in to the emotion. He would definitely resist it. This isn't right, step away. No, you should be furious, shouldn't you? And that's the one I'm going to go for.
Yes, you feel hate. And you deserve to be punished for it. You should be whipped, made to bow before this creature in shame. It's possessing your mind, forcing you to love it, but then the feeling slips. The creature's mind seems to focus elsewhere.
This is a kinky ass Mind Flayer. But again, narratively in my playthrough, that works so well for both Astarion and Dirge to be like, for the Mind Flayer to hone in on that kind of kink of like, you should be whipped. Like you should feel pain. So this idea of them being like, both of them going through this character arc of like, we are bad people, we deserve to be punished, is so perfect for what I want Dirge and Astarion to kind of work through. Okay, especially Astarion, because again, his past, man. Intelligence, concentrate. You are not a smart man. Break free.
The monster lies exhausted, defeated. Its eyes, wet orange pearls, radiate malice.
Right. I think the most hardcore option is leave it to die slowly. Which, like, to walk away and leave it in pain is so harsh. Dirge, a little bit straightforward, a little bit like, which again, narratively is correct for him, like, according to the game. He's a little bit more brutal, straightforward about this. He's just gonna close those eyes forever. Gore warning. Shakespeare
Monster.
reference.
Death is too good for it.
To sleep, perchance to dream. That's Hamlet. I studied Shakespeare at uni, so I always appreciate a good Shakespeare reference. That's that's the to be or not to be speech. To be or not to be. Yeah, it's which again, I'm gonna say Dirge has that in his mind at all times. Like, that is his energy. Okay, let's loot that body. Let's take his skull. I feel a little bit like a Predator right now. Is there anything else in here that I may have missed? Is there anything up here? I feel like I heard a squeaky brain then. I don't think there is anything up there, no. Oh well, I think we've pretty much got everything that is to loot off this ship. So, what is that noise? Where is that mind flayer brain? I can't remember what they're actually called now. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to have Astarion. I love the way Astarion runs. He's so funny. Let's see if we can make him do it again. Like the Astarion Naruto run. He's not doing it, but sometimes you just catch him out the corner of your eye, like Naruto running, and he's such a child. This is why he's my child. This is why he is my adopted son. Okay. Yeah, okay, we've kind of come full circle here, so I'm going to leave these two for a while, and I'm going to go back to the main story quest. Okay, so here we are entering Druid's Grove for the first time. Let's see what these guys are talking about.
There are people here. Children!
Tieflings, you mean?
What did you just say?
I should have known. Can't trust the devil.
Watch your tongue before it's too late!
Oh, what, Horns? What?
Okay, so it looks like these guys are fighting. It looks like these guys are not getting along very well. So, I don't know, maybe we can go and calm this situation down.
There are children here, you fool!
We was running for our lives.
You led them straight to us, and you let them take the druid too? Unbelievable!
Oh my god, the adrenaline in this room. Calm down, boys. Okay, let's try and de-escalate the situation. I love that the drow option is, backstabbing. This feels just like home, because again, we're from the Underdark. It's dog-eat-dog world. Druid, those goblins didn't take any prisoners. What do I want to say? One fight just ended, and now you're picking another? Relax.
Tell that to the dead at the gate.
Shut it, Horns! I'd be lying dead next to the goblins if you'd stalled any longer.
My duty is to this camp.
Oh, God forbid you risk your precious tail. But I shouldn't be surprised. Foulbloods ain't known for courage.
No lighty pugnere. Persuasion is my thing, so I'm going to say, more violence won't bring back those you lost. Stop and think. We're stronger together, guys. I feel like that's a political slogan. I don't mean anything by that. Okay. We're stronger we're stronger as a team. We need all the men we can get to fight these goblins. What can I say? Silver tongue. Look at that. Let's go.
You're right. There's too much at stake.
Worried about your precious hides? The both of you.
Enough! Squabbling is pointless. The goblins have found us.
At least we agree on that.
They're so close.
Be on their way.
I'm more worried about this parasite than a few goblins. We need a healer.
The sexual tension between these two men, they are so close. I feel like it's like one of those love-hate things where the next thing they're kissing and rolling around in the grass. You know, it could go either way. I don't know. So what I do know is that what can happen there, Aradin can punch out Zevlor. And we can get Zevlor to punch Aradin. And Aradin, if either of those two things happens, I think he usually leaves camp in a huff. So I'm really happy that he stayed in camp and we're going to go and get to talk to him. And I do think that's the best outcome. That's the best thing for them to do. But Aradin is a dick, guys. Aradin is Act 3. Fucking Aradin. Alright, that hurt. God, I didn't know I could punch, but apparently I can punch. What I want to do before I do anything else, let's go and talk to him again. Let's go and talk to Zevlor. What's he saying? Zevlor, hi.
Something's on my mind.
Forgive that display. Aradin's a blowhard, but that's no cause for me to join him. I wouldn't have looked to a drow for help, but I'm grateful all the same. I'm Zevlor.
Excuse me? I am a very nice drow. Stop being racist. Do you have something against drow?
I meant no insult. It's simply that yours are a people at war with themselves. I've never known them to care for outsiders. Whatever your business, I'd see to it quickly. The druids are forcing everyone out. This attack will only strengthen their resolve.
Excuse me, who's at war with themselves? Maybe Druid's Grove? I have no quarrel with druids.
There have been several attacks by different monsters. The druids blame us outsiders for drawing them here. Nobody's welcome anymore. They've started a ritual to cut the grove off from the world outside. We can't stay, but we'll be slaughtered if we leave. We're no fighters.
Like, the world is cruel in real life and in Baldur's Gate to refugees. Like, I love the story of the tiefling refugees from Druid's Grove. Like, you know, they've got so much grit and resolve, and they're so prepared to just keep going and, like, you know, hold on to hope for something better. And, like, the world just keeps on pooping on them. And it is reflecting things that happen in real life. And again, like, their story is so engaging to me and I want to help them so badly. This ritual, is there no way to convince the druids to stop it?
I've tried. Korga, their new first druid, won't even see me. You, though? I know it's not your business, but she owes you for saving this place. Perhaps you could persuade her. For more time to prepare, if nothing else.
I'm on it. I'll see what I can do.
I think you should. Yes. No harm in trying the diplomatic route.
We'd owe you a great debt. If we're forced to leave now, we won't make it to the city. You'll find the druids at the heart of the grove. Please, make them see sense. Oh, and if it's of any concern, you're brave to walk around without hiding your heritage. I'll make sure everyone knows that you helped us at the gate.
Sir, I do not need your casual racism, or, like, you know, is it like when it's like positive racism? Okay, but thank you for letting everybody know that I'm a nice drow. I appreciate you. Okay, there's so much we can do here. There's so much we can do now. Okay, I don't want this to be a massively long video, so I'm gonna try and prioritize, and then we'll kind of explore the grove more thoroughly, perhaps in the next video. But I do have a bit of a plan for this episode, so let's just go straight in for now and just have a look at this absolutely beautiful place. Like, look here, like, this is where the ritual's happening. Oh, just it's amazing. It's gorgeous. Oh, little save. So we've got some more people we can talk to here. We've got a trader here. For the time being, I'm just going to go straight forward, past all these people, past this guy with these oxes. Like, definitely want to talk to him.
Take your time.
Past the Blade of Frontiers. We'll go back and talk to him soon with all these adorable children who have my whole heart. But I do want to talk to a specific person. And I want to do things in a certain order, so you'll see why. I'll explain. This guy here, Zoru. So if you remember, if we go to the Githyanki warrior, which is Lae'zel, her objective is find Zoru. So I'll kind of cut in some scenes of why we need to do that.
Come. The Horned Ones mentioned a camp. One there, this Zoru, has seen Githyanki. A creche must be near. We will ask this Zoru where he has seen my kin.
And here he is. This is Zoru. We have found him. Not Zorro, Zoru. Let's talk to him.
By Mordai's eyes, another one. My friend's blood not enough. Come to rip me open too.
In Kresh Kalir, a formal greeting begins with a bow.
Is this monster with you?
I'm a bit tired of the tieflings being a little bit prejudiced, so yes, and I suggest you do as she says. Again, I am a drow. I am used to being authoritative and having men bow to me. That is a drow thing. Not in real life, guys. We're on the same level.
Lower.
She's serious. You better get on your knees fast. I'm just playing with him.
You saw another gith. Where?
On the road to Baldur's Gate, near the mountain pass. Saw us before we saw it. Jammed its blade through Yul's belly. Straight to the other side.
No twisting. Kin must have been in a hurry. The map. Show me. Up. You can keep your innards.
Oh, he looks so sorry for himself. That's
shoes. Where are my boots?
Gods, deliver me.
He ran off. Listen, I would have been nice to him, but he was really rude to Lae'zel, and she's my older sister, and nobody speaks to my older sister like that. Yeah, I'm a drow, right? I've got a bit of an edge to me. Shadowheart disapproved, though. So, okay, let's talk to Lae'zel.
The locals prove compliant. A useful trait.
I warned you, didn't I? You ought to reconsider keeping her around before she causes real trouble.
I love that I can judge her for the choices that I made. Such cruelty. Is your heart really so cold? I'm not saying that. Do you plan to be that rough with everyone we meet? I'm gonna say, you're a dab hand at interrogation. We might need that skill again. Again, I'm not a pushover.
A shell so thin requires little to crack it. The tiefling was clear. If there are Githyanki west of here, that must be our objective. Purification cannot wait.
Hey, did you say tiefling?
I am unfamiliar with the, well, I shall not say culture. Custom, perhaps. You will educate me on matters of this Faerun.
No, it's Faerun. It's such a funny interaction. Like, I really find that funny because I pronounce things wrong all the time. I think I pronounce Elistery wrong, and she's my goddess. I think it's like Elisterei, I think is how you pronounce it properly. But I am terrible. I'm so bad with pronunciation. I think it's because, as well, when I was little, I used to read a lot of books. So I'd learn big words that I wouldn't hear people around me saying. So I'd like always pronounce things wrong. So like pronunciation, restaurant. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's kind of like a bit of a problem that I have is to pronouncing things wrong. I get embarrassed by it, and so it's funny because I think people really love D&D and really love Baldur's Gate, but a lot of the time you will pronounce things wrong. It's normal, it's gonna happen, and there's all these like funny sounding, like Lae'zel, it's such a funny sounding name, and so it's like a little in-joke of like, you know, people like me who are enthusiastic but pronounce everything wrong. It's like a little like in-joke laugh. I think it's really cute. Okay, that's a scary word, Lae'zel. What do you mean by purification?
The creche holds the Zaithisk. It will cleanse us of the parasite. By covenant, I can say no more.
I mean, sounds good. We should check it out. Okay. So, you may have noticed like the approval and disapproval up there. I actually brought Shush everybody. I actually brought Lae'zel in to get that little approval for her, but Shadowheart now disapproves. Now the thing about the Emerald Grove and the thing about where we are now is that I want to be really nice to people. I want to be really friendly, and some of the characters like Astarion and Lae'zel really disapprove when you're nice to people, and then characters like Shadowheart and Gale are more likely to approve when you're being nice and cooperative and friendly. And so I've got a bit of a contrast here of like Lae'zel's going to judge me for being nice, so I'm actually going to just send Lae'zel home, which means I'm going to drop down to 3 people, but that's okay, and you'll see why in a minute. So I'm going to go, Lae'zel, you are kind of a bit brutal for this place, so do you want to just wait at camp for us while we talk to the locals? It's not something I feel like she'd be interested in anyway.
Every Githyanki has held a sword by age 6 and claims their first kill by age 10. Yet these tieflings claim barely a single warrior among them. It's a wonder they've survived even this long.
I can just see her ass in the corner of the screen. She's got stretch marks. She's so hot. Wait for me in camp.
Are you sure that's the best course of action?
She's judging me. Go to camp. I'll fetch you when the time is right.
Confirmed. Until then, I remain at the ready.
Okay, I actually want to just... I can't grab her. She's gone. She's gone. So Lae'zel is heading back to camp right now, and do you know what I think we should do next? I think we should go and talk to this guy up here who's training the children. Let's talk to Asherak. See, pronouncing everything wrong already.
The Blade of Frontiers. What a thrill for the children.
They're tough kids. Smart, too. The future's in good hands.
The children of Druid's Grove, the tiefling children, have my whole heart. They are so sweet. Okay, Will. Blade of Frontiers.
Go on. Give me a best shot. Not bad. Again.
I can't do it. I'm not like you.
Umi, I don't need you to be like me. You just have to buy enough time to run. Come on. I believe in you. You can do this.
It's just... be the father of my children, Will. I like, honestly, Will, I find him a little bit boring and a little bit like he's got a bit of an ego, but he's so nice and he's such a sweet guy, and I think it's took me a while to kind of like fully appreciate Will. I just like my first playthrough, I just kind of left him in camp a lot. He's a companion. We can make him a companion. Let's do it. It's good advice, child. You do well to listen.
You're on the right path, Umi. Go on now. Practice what you've learned.
It breaks my heart as well that these children are learning to fight. Like, they should be playing, and they the children having to fight is so sad, and like to defend themselves, but
well met. The Blade of Frontiers at your...
The man's smile bends downward, and his thoughts become yours. You are the Blade of Frontiers, racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held high.
Hell's great fires. You were on the ship.
You were on the ship? Another escapee? Thank the gods, thank Callistery. I need all the friends I can get.
Better friends than the ones hitching a ride in our skulls, at least. I'm sure you know the stories. Doomed to shed our skin and become illithid. They say there's no coming back. But we haven't sprouted any tentacles. Not yet, anyway. Could just be good luck. I'm not so...
Your minds collide once more. Will chases the fiend ignited with rancor. She is an infernal war devil. A threat to the living. Evil incarnate.
Shit! You saw her. Advocatus Diaboli.
Apparently not. I don't remember seeing her anyway. Who is she?
Her name is Karlach, an archdevil soldier I swore on my good eye to kill. I tracked her through the hells to the Mind Flayer ship, but the damned Illithids infected me before I could end her. She's out there now, preying on the innocent. I don't kill her, she'll leave behind nothing but a trail of corpses.
Oh no! How awful! Let's join forces. I'll help you cast this devil back to the hells.
I like your thinking. Besides, I watched you fight at the gate. I could use an ally like you. Ready when you are.
The famous Blade of Frontiers in the flesh. Clever, this hero act you've got going.
Hero, Blade. Name strangers gave me. My friends call me Will.
Excellent. If we ever become friends, I'll know what to call you.
Shadowheart! She does funny things to me. I wish I was as hot as Shadowheart. Oh my god.
She's the best. Very British, you know.
If we ever become friends, we'll know what to call you. Oh, we're not going to be friends.
We're not going to be friends.
Okay. I'm excited. Will has joined us. Will has joined us. Will has joined us. I'm excited. So Will is not like Shadowheart, Will, Gale. Not Shadowheart so much. She's a bit. She could go either way. Will and Gale are big sweethearts, the big cuddly bears. So I'm really excited that Will's joined us. What I want to do at this point is switch back to Dirge. I think we're back where we like met Astari and he's like, oh yeah, so this is where my Mind Flayer ship ended. And then I jumped out at them and held a blade to their throat. Ha! You should have seen how scared she was. I would have totally hurt her too, but I figured, like, I knew that it was best if we teamed up. I will upgrade Will later. What I want to do now is say that if we go to camp and we grab Lae'zel.
There are important matters to discuss.
Hello? Withers? Withers wants to talk to me. I told you, Withers and Dirge are like besties. Like, I don't know why they vibe so well, but they do.
I should speak up. Mind never quiet.
Not this one. Nor this one. And this one are less worthy still.
Excuse me? Less worthy still? More riddle. Okay, I want to like speak like Dirge. How does Dirge speak? Less worthy still? More riddles from my resident jester.
I riddle thee not. I speak only what requires telling.
Spit it out, Grandad.
Beyond mortal realms, there doth exist an amalgamation of spirits akin to thine own, ensnared by the treacherous cult of the Absolute, felled in its name. They bear great discontentment with their destiny. For a mere pittance of coin, I might summon the worthiest among them to lend aid to thy undertaking.
I don't feel like at this point in his story he would care about if it was willing or not. I'm going to say trust is his thing, right? He's like, I don't know who I can trust right now. Do you think I can trust these cultists?
Suspicion always haunts the guilty mind. My services are all that I can proffer thee. What thou wilt do with them is for thee to undertake.
Okay, well, I don't need any hirelings right now, but thank you for offering your services with us. I'm going to decline for now. Lae'zel. Why is she still in camp? Why is she here? Now we have Team 2, like Team B, Dirge, Astarion, and Lae'zel. And I want them to go and kind of explore a little bit further because I do, like I say, I do have a plan for where I want this specific episode to go. So let's get up here. Got a bit of fire here. Maybe I can frost breath it. I've never done this before. This is exciting. I mean, I've used frost breath, but not specifically for this purpose. Look at that! Now we're not going to get burnt when we walk across it. I'm so helpful.
Breathe quiet.
Okay, so I'm going to say as Dirge and Astarion, again, Astarion's just strolling up. As Dirge and Astarion, that's kind of in character, I like it. As Dirge and Astarion are kind of like sneaking up and like being like, what happened here? Like checking out the place, trying not to be seen by the guards at the top. I'm going to say Lae'zel comes walking out, and that's when they encounter each other for the first time. And then they can have a little bit of a chat, you know? Astarion's like, I can vouch for this guy. You know, he gets it. He's going to help us. He's a really good fighter. He's very efficient. He's going to help us, like, you know, defeat, you know, find the Githyanki crash and defeat the goblins. I feel like that's why these guys team up.
The Githyanki people have a word for men like the Blade of Frontiers. Shalak. Roughly translated, idealist do-gooder. Or better yet, benevolent burden. His confidence is an asset. His pursuit of valor, not so much.
Okay. Lae'zel has opinions. So we've got a lot of the repeats. This one I think is new. My past is a mystery to me. Could the parasite have caused that?
Ceremorphosis takes all of you. Mind, body, soul. An ordinary tadpole would eat at your memories until they were lost to the void. But our tadpoles are far from ordinary. I wonder if another factor's in play.
Could be. And this is new as well. This is specific to Dirge. I wish it would say like Dirge. I have these urges. I want to kill. I want blood. He's confessing to her, basically.
Many a good warrior savors the scent of blood in the air. There's no shame in a capricious murder now and again. Too many, though, and you waste energy and dull your weapon. My suggestion: attack with purpose and savor your kills. And if the urge proves too much, well, I'm sure we can find you a goblin or two to carve up.
We love a supportive big sister. That is really good advice. That is actually really good advice. You know, if someone comes to you, like, you know, a friend or a loved one, and they say, I've got this problem, you know, to not judge them for it, and to you know, not see them as like, you're a monster, get out of my house, or whatever. Like, that's silly. Like, responding with love and support and logical good advice. You know, they are in a situation where they do have to kill things to survive. You know, she's a fighter. She understands that. And so to be like, you know, but if you could kill too much, it'll dull your weapon. It's like logical, you know? And then, you know, to say, and if you do have that urge, we'll find you a goblin to carve up. We'll find you one of the evil guys to carve up. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, that is actually really good advice. It reminds me of Dexter. You know, if you've ever read the Dexter books, or I guess watched the TV series where, you know, his adoptive dad recognizes that Dexter has this urge, and he's like, let's try and channel this into something productive and helpful and not bad, right? So not that I'm saying it's good, but it's just an interesting... I like the mindset. I like the storytelling logic of that. Okay. I'm not going to do those. We've already seen those. I'm going to say he's like, huh, she gets it. She's pretty smart, this one. I'd like you to join me. Okay, let's go. Lae'zel, you need to come with us. Like, he's still sneaking. Lae'zel, follow us. Lae'zel. There we go. Okay, it's working. So these guys keep on exploring a little bit.
Intestines throng.
So, you know about these parasites. Will we survive them?
Only if my people extract them. The only other cure is the blade.
Okay. Wonderful.
going to be all right.
People up ahead. Something's wrong.
Hang on, Ed. You're going to be all right.
He's so pale.
Stop it. You're scaring him.
You're all right. You're all right.
Let's go and see what's going on over here, huh?
You're a true soul. You can't die. Please, stay with us.
I don't think he's conscious. Can you hear us, Ed?
You, not a step closer.
A strange symbol glows, marked on their flesh, and something within you stirs in response.
What happened to your friend?
An oil bear. Please, do you have any...
Shut up, Andric. Do you serve the Absolute?
Wait.
The injured man locks eyes with you. A familiar squirming churns in your head.
Hold his stare.
Your minds intertwine. You see his siblings, Andric and Brynna, new recruits. Yours to shepherd.
Protect them. He's a true soul. Mind him. He will... He...
Edwin! Ed! Please!
He's with the Absolute now. You're a true soul. Edwin, our brother, he was chosen. Like you. Do you have orders for us? We were reporting to Edwin.
Okay, there is so much in that scene that I want to talk about. One, the idea of Dirge looking into a man's eyes as he draws his last breath is very on brand. And then where they're like saying you're a true soul, you're part of the Absolute. He's kind of like, his face is kind of like, you know, learning more about, like, because he can't remember anything. So he's like, who am I? What am I? Okay, you're mistaken. I am no true soul. True soul? Explain this Absolute to me. The thing is, if they're accepting, if they think we are, we're in a situation where they think we're one thing. So if we ask questions about it, I feel like it's gonna out us that maybe we're not that thing. So I'm not gonna say that. This feels like it's very, very sparing. Forget the owlbear. You're still alive. So go.
What? And just leave Ed? I suppose he'd want us to go on. Find a way to honor his sacrifice.
May the Absolute guide us.
True soul? Absolute? What do they mean?
They're devoted to this Absolute, whatever it is.
Okay, so the reason why Dirge let them go there, again, is part of his master plan. He can now track them and he can follow them and see where they were going. You see, he's not intelligent, but he has that innate hunter-tracker nature, I'm going to say.
You fight well, but you're so efficient. Why not have a little fun?
Fun? I fight to win, not to make spectacles.
What a waste.
See? Game recognises game. They just have different methods. Okay, I love the chitter-chatter between companions. Let's inspect this body.
Strange power resonates within the corpse. It calls to you. Most corpses feel like toys before you, to be played with and discarded when you tire.
Toys?
This body seems different. A friend calls out from the corpse, desperate to be freed. Why let its host's memories go to waste? The tadpole has absorbed it all. Its experience could nourish you, strengthen you.
What do I do? What do I do? Oh, another thing as well. I don't think you can save this guy. I've tried with Shadowheart, like, healing him from a distance before we talk, and I've not found a way to save him. Let me know if you know anything different. He hates the tadpoles. He hates them. The tadpole is trying to influence you. Resist.
Your muscles loosen. The tadpole breaks free of its deceased host. Your mind is your own again. For now.
Oh, poor Dirge. I know I shouldn't have sympathy for him. It's like sympathy for the devil, right? But... What the freak was that? Dude. Ew! I don't think I've ever seen that before. That was gross.
How many die tomorrow?
Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say Dirge hates them. Like, he's like, they did something to me and I want revenge. Like, he has a burning hatred for the Absolute and things like that. He's like, I don't like it. I feel like I've been victimized. He's not happy. I laugh at that sentence, like, obviously victimization, like, it's not funny. I'm playing a computer game. It's just a game. Why do you have to be mad? Let's go.
You drink in the pungent corpse. Since you awoke on the ship, your mind has been cold and empty, but something stirs. With your hands close to this body, you know nothing of why, but you find a half smile flittering across your face.
Dirge is not okay. Intelligence, try to remember the last time you stood above a corpse. Try and remember. I mean, you've been studying over corpses for this entire episode, but fine. Oh, go Dirge! Good job. Are we gonna get a Dirge memory? Guys, brace yourselves. I've never played, like, I've got a Dirge playthrough, but I don't know. I'm not very far in it, to be honest.
As soon as you delve into your mind, it is filled with flashes of 1,000 different dead.
1,000?
There is something unknown and unspeakable deep within your heart.
Oh, I'm scared of Dirge. I'm so scared of Dirge. Okay, so I do have a plan for where I want to end this episode, so let's keep going this way. And kind of see if we can see that tadpole so we can squish it, and you know, see if we can figure out where those absolutists went as well. I'm gonna go over this way. We're not going spelunking today. We'll go spelunking with on a different episode, I think. Let's climb this wall. Maybe those cultists went this way. How do I get to where I want to go? That is my question. It's not that way, is it? There's a dog there. We're going to ignore the dog, guys. We'll come back to the... Oh, we're going to have a good dog episode. We're going to have a good boy episode, but this isn't it. Dirge has a job to do. He's not going petting dogs right now. I think I might have actually given him the necklace of, yeah, it's Lost Voices. I can't decide if I want him to have it or Shadowheart to have it. I'm still kind of deciding. If he's having it, we'll say Astarion stole it. He, like, pickpocketed it of Shadowheart. Yeah, this is the way I want to go. So we need to watch out over here because there is a key somewhere that we need to pick up. There it is. Toll Collector's key. Let's grab it.
A key? Wonder what it opens.
Did Astarion get stuck? Oh, people always get stuck here. Astarion, can you not jump?
White men can't jump.
They've gone back to get him. They're like, are you okay? Do you need a hand? He's like, I'm fine. I was just having a drink of water. Because I drink water. That is my favourite drink.
Can carry me.
Right, come on, get back over here so I can finish this episode. Look, he's Naruto running. What did happen here? Cash will take it. Oh my goodness, there's someone over there. What do you think, guys? Should we go and talk to this? Hang on a sec. Hang on a sec. Now, we don't know. We weren't part of that conversation with Will.
Her name is Karlach, an archdevil soldier I swore on my good eye to kill.
Right? This was the Will conversation about the devil was like Group A. Group B, no idea who this person is. Let's go and talk.
One horn. This is the devil Will has been tasked to kill.
How does he know that? He doesn't know that. Storytelling wise, I'm going to say maybe we don't know that. She looks dangerous. Watch her carefully.
Oh, fuck me. It's you from the ship. Haven't taken any bounties from a burnt tear dink, have you?
I love her. So guys, this is Karlach. So the whole thing with Will and Karlach, and I'm going to let the story tell itself to a certain extent, is Karlach and Will are both potential companions, but Will is hunting Karlach and saying she's a devil, she's evil. But you meet her and she is the sweetest, biggest kid. Karlach fan club right here. Like, big sister, I love her. Dirge would say, what quarrel? I can't say the word. What quarrel do you have with these Tyrians?
Me, none. They're the ones chasing me down. But believe me, these so-called paladins are anything but.
A great heat roars through you. Her heat, fiery as the hells. Then you're lost in visions of demonic armies as you tear through a landscape of fire and blood. The Blood War. You saw it from above as the Nautiloid passed through Avernus. This woman was on the front line.
What was that?
Okay, so he would be thinking, I could use this girl on my team. Like, she's a really good fighter. She's badass. And she can, like, we are going to be a solid crew here. We are going to stay alive. We're going to find out what's going on with these cultists. We're going to go and, like, infiltrate and, like, get revenge on the Absolute for doing this to all of us. He's like, get on my team right now. It's the tadpole in our heads. It connects us.
Fuck's sake. Mountains as far as the eye can see. Guess that explains the voices. From that peek I got into your head, you've made some inroads trying to get the thing sorted. But alas, no joy. I'm Karlach. And you are...
I did call him Dirge, guys. I'm Dirge.
Well met, soldier. Now that we're old pals, how would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards? A little background, if your moral compass needs something to point at. You already know I fought in the Blood War. I was good at killing demons. Really good. So good, Zariel, the archdevil herself, made me her personal attack dog.
I said we weren't meeting any dogs in this episode.
I played along until I could get the fuck out of there. Took me 10 years to properly escape, but now I'm free. Zariel sent goon after goon to hunt me down. But believe me when I tell you, I'm not going. The latest yappy little dogs she sicked on me are nearby. A group of dopes posing as paladins of Tyr. Want to help me take them down?
Hell yeah. Let's send them back where they came from.
Fuck yes. They cornered me outside the toll house just up the hill. Doubt they've gone far after the scorching I gave them. After we've mopped them up, we can work on evicting this parasite and take Faerun by the short hairs. Sound good?
You want to just team up with some blood-stained killer?
Hypocrite.
Because I'm fine with that.
Astarion, you hypocrite. Bloodstained killer, like literally, that Team B is the Bloodstained killer group. Like, yeah, he wants her on his team. Sounds like a great plan. Let's go and kill something.
I'd hug you if it wouldn't scorch your skin off.
Scales.
Whew, I'm getting all het up. Let's make tracks.
You hear that? I'm making Karlach feel hot. Are you okay back there, just laughing to yourself?
You haven't got some laughing curse, have you?
I really made it out of Avernus. It's incredible.
All right, just keep it down. We're conspicuous enough without your hyena call.
I love them. Oh, I love them all so much. Ah, I like got tears in my eyes. So Karlach's whole story, like this whole thing about like, you know, being like in service to Zariel, Zariel's the archdevil of the first layer of the Nine Hells, yeah, she's just, you know, to have been having to do something that, you know, she didn't want to be doing, putting her life at risk, and kind of, again, her story is going to unfold. You're going to hear more and more about Karlach's backstory, and so she's just so happy to be alive, and she's so happy to be free, and she has my whole heart. Like, Karlach has my heart. Take my heart, Karlach. Yeah, I love her so much. So I'm actually going to leave it there. I love the idea. And again, I did plan on what I was going to do in this episode. I love the idea of this conflict now developing between like Team A and Team B. And Team A are kind of completely unaware that Team B even exists. They're like, Astarion and Lae'zel are playing dragon chess back at camp. Like, they do not know what's happening. And so they've picked up Will, who is hunting Karlach. He doesn't know what's going on with that, you know, and like we are, yeah, it's just this whole thing. We've got this whole conflict now, and yeah, we're gonna help Karlach. We're gonna go up the hill and go defeat those fake paladins of Tyr. So yeah, how we feel about, oh god, look at that, like that is epic. So how we feel about Will, you know, how we're going to react when we meet Will, I don't know. Again, I've only got so much control of the story because the tadpole does kind of connect everybody. Like, everybody knows what's happening, you know, in the game. The one thing we have to do, though, is level up Will. Let's level up Will before we go.
Again.
You didn't see anything. We're not gonna level Will up just yet. I'll save that because I think we need to know more about Will's story before we start leveling him up. And yeah, okay, I'm gonna leave it there. Like, I love this game so much. This characters, the story, there's so much, and I really want you to stay on this journey with me and keep watching, and I hope you're having fun, and I hope you're enjoying the way that I'm presenting my perfect playthrough, and I hope, like, I don't know, a lot of you may have made different choices, and let me know what you're doing in your games, and like, you know, did any of you like kill Will? I don't know, like, did any of you team up with Will and kill Karlach? Tell me all your stories, tell me what you've been up to. I want to hear it. Okay, I am gonna go. I hope you're enjoying. I will see you in the next episode. I'm so excited to play and record again. Bye, friends.
I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. Tear it up like I'm Jason. I see the world like it's ready for the taking. I see this place like a game I'm playing. Straight to the bank to collect my payments. No negotiations, it's my way, I was born impatient. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation. They call me a